Let us now take a look at, we'll open the garage door. We will put the firewall back on and work on the driver's side torque box. That's what we'll do next. Put the firewall back on. It's so much fun putting things back together when they want to fight with me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know why that's there. What we'll also do first is we will mock up the driver's side torque box, because that I think will help inform, that will help us inform the specific position front to back of the firewall. So let's put that guy back in place, because the front of the torque box has to go in a specific spot and can only go as far back as the front of the frame rail. Once that's in place, it's where it's supposed to be, and I think that will also give us an indication of exactly where the firewall is supposed to be, and then we can mark the firewall on the other side. So let's put this guy in place, and just as a reminder, this is the inside torque box piece for the driver's side, which we modified this entire corner, cut out a sliver of the entire corner, pushed it back together, welded it back together, welded it back together, welded it back together, and realized at this point that the hole punch we have is too small. So I ordered a new hole punch of the proper size after I already made a bunch of holes in here. So that's unfortunate, but that's how that goes. So let's get this guy up in place. And what might be best is for you to be in the inside of the car for my second shot, which is going to be you. Yep. Okay, so the firewall goes, or the torque box goes under the firewall and between the firewall and the and that gives a good side-to-side orientation for the firewall to be in the proper spot. Okay, let's see if that's good. Okay, and then we have the outer firewall, which is this guy. The outer firewall. The outer torque box, which is this guy. And this is going to go up here. And this goes flat against this flange. And this goes flat against here. So let's do Let's do this guy over here. There you go. Stay there. Very nice. And then we got one over here. Can we reach this inside? Nope. We need another one of these. Let's go on this side. Okay. So that's up there like that. That's good. This is as far back as it can go. That's as far back as it can go. That matches up with that. That matches up with that. Let's see if this maybe can come forward a little bit. Let's see. Okay, that's good. That looks even down there, which means the firewall can come forward a little bit. A little bit, I guess. Everything's lining up nice. This could use a little bit of massaging on this edge here. Hi, I can see you. This can come up a little bit on that edge. So we could break that a little bit. Let's get our duckbill guys and our hammer and dolly. Okay, so we need to, looks like this corner is a little further away than the rest. So if we can just take the whole thing up a little bit, I think that's, everything else lines up really, really nice. So it's really just this lip here, up more significantly here, not so much here. And that'll be nice. Okay, so let's take this back off. And let's see if we can bend it just with the pliers. That moved it all, so let's hit it with a hammer. Let's actually see if we can just hit it off the edge here. No, wait. Actually, we're not going that way. We're going this way. Yeah, actually, we're going that way. Oh, that's much better. I mean, it's not perfect. We got a little ways to go, but that's certainly better than it was. Let's see if we can... That's better. Probably can go all the way down. That's much better. So I think that the firewall can come forward on the bottom edge a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if we could do it with a hammer. And it looks like it lines up with the inset piece on that side. Yeah, see, that's much better. That's in a much better spot for flatly welding those two pieces together. Maybe it'll be back just a little bit. And the bottom end is flat. That's flush. That's good. Because what we're trying to do here is see to get the firewall in the right position so we can mark it and know how far underneath the floor pan it's supposed to go based on the positioning here. Obviously, it'd be easier if we had this side of the car, but we currently don't. And it looks like it's a little forward of here, which on that side, it's also a little forward because the A-pillar is forward of this spot. So that looks to be about right. It looks like the rocker panel is about even with the notch, or this notch here. That looks about right. So this whole contour looks to be very well matched on all angles and all sides. Oh, I can see you. And I'm pretty happy with that. So what I think we should do is mark this, mark this, mark this, and mark the inside of that side of the firewall, just as a general first guide for where this is going to go. So I need a marker. Again, the slow, painful process of figuring out where stuff is supposed to be before you weld it permanently into place. Okay, so we're going to mark a couple of things. Ouch, on my butt. I'm going to mark this. I'm going to mark this. I'm going to mark this. I'm going to mark that. I'm going to mark this. Like so. And for this piece, we're going to put the holes in here, and we're going to weld this up to that. So now we know that that's where that specifically goes. And then here, let's put this guy back up again. And this actually looks, with everything in place, with the contours properly matched, this matches perfectly with the sidewall here, where the A-pillar is going to go. That all matches up perfect. Let's pound these guys flat. Or wait, maybe we won't pound them flat until we get this in the final place. But we can mark this here with our trusty marker. Let's use our glove to clean off the off the dirt. And now we have a pretty good idea. As you can see, we have a pretty good idea of where this side of it is going to go. Could also mark that. And this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Just mark it all. Why not? See? Oh, we're doing arts and crafts today. Everybody can play along. Ouch! Arts and crafts. Okay. So now, let's turn our attention to the passenger side. Or as my buddy Derek likes to call it, the drinker side. You're giving me a hard time, so let's move you over here. Like so. All right, so now we have passenger side, driver's side in. Let's now take a look at the driver's side. And see just how horrible this side is. Okay. All right, folks. Let's now take a look at this side and see what kind of chaos we might have going on here. All right, so again, inner firewall, inner torque box, mating up with the firewall. Let's see what we can find out here. And again, very nice mating surface here. Nice relationship between this and the rocker panel. Nice relationship between this and the firewall. But again, we have that same situation underneath here where this is far lower, far lower, far lower. But before we do anything with that, let's put this up first and see if we have the firewall in the right spot. This is so I don't smash into this with my knee. Okay, so this does not want to match up with this surface, although it is pretty close in the front. Let's throw a clamp on it. Throw a clamp on it. Okay, so now that's in place. And this is all cattywampus. That's interesting. There's a possibility there might be some, oh no, this is not in the right position at all. So this has to go that way because this is interfering. Let me grab my dead blow. Where are you? Behind me. So that needs to basically be over here, like so. Let's throw a clamp in here so this doesn't move around too much. So now this is lined up here so that the frame rail can fit into that slot. It's flat against the bottom-ish, flat-ish. It can't get totally flat because that inner piece is definitely interfering. So we're definitely going to have to modify that exactly like we did the other one. The angle is way off on the other side. This is down at least a ½ inch over here. And that's because of the corner of this inner piece also again. Once again, cannot do what it's supposed to do. Now this is up against the frame rail, so let me see if I can hit this back just to coax it into a different spot. So every time I move it, it's fighting because of that corner back there. So we have to, once again, deal with that mess. For that back piece is just preventing everything from going where it's supposed to go. And it's not a lot. It's not a huge amount of change in that angle, and but it's enough that it just doesn't let everything do what it's supposed to do. And that's low. So once we get that other piece modified yet again, I think all of this will fit where it's supposed to fit. So that's where we're at with that, is that it's not doing nearly what we want it to do. All right, so let's take all this back off. Because that's flat up against, that is flat up against the firewall. And again, it's creating that issue. So we're gonna have to do the same modification that we did on the other one. It's even worse if I hit it back into place. So let's get our marker, which is here. Put that in place. Do that. Pull this piece back out. Basically, we're going to be taking from here to there. And then taking this off. And then taking that. And then smashing that back down and then welding that back together. Okay, cut, remove, reshape, weld. That's our process. That's what we're doing.